Hi everyone. In this video, we will create a table of content for this Microsoft Word document, and then we will customize that table of content so that it looks better than the standard table of content that Microsoft Word creates. So let's first go over this document and see what it contains. So we can see that there are clearly some headings, some main headings, then there's a subheading, and then there are these items. And then we can notice that there are several subheadings under one heading, and there are several main headings as well. So the first thing to do is to make sure that we apply the heading style to all of these headings so that the table of content can capture them and their page numbers. To do that, let's first work on the main heading, which is here. So I will highlight this, and in the ribbon here under home, I will go into the styles part of the ribbon and I will click heading 1 since that is the main heading. This here is a subheading, so I will highlight it and then click heading 2. And then similarly, I will repeat this for all of the subheadings as well as all of the headings. Okay, now all of the headings and the subheadings have been styled. So let's now go to the first page and let's first quickly create a table of content, the standard table of content that Microsoft Word creates. So to do that, here I will select references and then select table of contents. And then we can pick this first one, automatic table 1. And here are the contents. So this is the standard content that Microsoft Word creates. Now, our idea here is to make this look better. So format it so that we can customize it to how we want it to be. So to do that, before I add this table of content, I will first create a table. Let's get rid of this table first. So I will click anywhere here in this table and then click here and remove table of contents. Okay, now let's first add just a 1-by-1 table. And to do that, I would go to Insert, Table, and then add a 1-by-1 table. So it just contains one cell. Now right click anywhere in this table, go to Table Properties, Borders and Shading, and let's give this a fill color, and let's give it a light blue color here. Then click on Borders, and let's just get rid of the border. We don't want any border here. Okay, and okay. So here we go. This is our table. Now let's go back to References and Table of Content, and let's add this automatic table 1. Okay, so we're back now, except that we have a background color here for the table. Now we're going to customize this. The first customization that I want to do is, let's call this here table of contents and give it some space here. And then let's make this bold. So we go back to Home tab here. Let's make this bold. Let's increase the font size to say 26. And the font here, let's pick this one here. All right. So let's maybe give a little bit more space. The second customization will be on this main heading here. So for that, I can click anywhere in this table, go to References, and click on Table of Contents again. And this time I will click on Custom Table of Contents. Once this opens here, click Modify. Make sure TOC1 is selected. That represents the main heading or heading number 1. Click on Modify. And let's make some modifications here. So first, let's click on Format and Borders, Shading, and in shading, let's give this a color, and this time we will color it maybe darker blue. All right, and then click on Format again, click on Font. Now for the font, let's make sure we make it bold. We can leave it at 11, size 11, and let's pick this font here. You can pick any font you want, of course, and let's check mark all caps, so the main heading will be capitalized. Now click OK. So this is what it's going to look like. Let's give the font color, let's make it white. So click on Format, Text Effects, Text Fill, and here I will pick white color. Okay, now just say OK, OK, and OK. And here, when this dialog box pops up, says replace this table of content, you're gonna click yes to all. And so this is what it's gonna look like now. Let's fix a little bit of spacing here for the main heading. So again, I will click on References, Table of Contents, Custom Table of Contents, Modify, and again make sure TOC1 is checked or selected, and then click Modify. And then here, let's click on Format, and we'll click on Paragraph. Okay, now here we have the spacing option here before and after the heading 1. So let's pick before to be 20. And we can leave this one as is. So just say OK. OK. Again, click yes to all. And now this is what it looks like. So we can see that there's some spacing here after each section. Let's make one more edit for the main heading. So we will again go to References, Table of Contents, Custom Table, Modify, Modify again, and click on this Format, drop down again, and click on Border. This time we will click on Borders tab, and let's give it a border. So we will select box option here, and the width of the border, let's pick this to be 2¼ and the color, let's give it the same color as the background, and this time say OK. And so this is what it looks like now. So we've made all the edits we want to make for the main heading. So let's now move to the subheadings. Let's click on References, Table of Contents, Custom Table, Modify, and this time let's select TOC2 and Modify. All right, now let's first modify the font. So click on Format, Font, and this time let's select the size to be, we can maybe leave it at 11. I'll pick 10 for now. Font style will be italic, and let's pick the same font type. And this time I won't check mark all caps, so we'll leave it as is and say OK. Yes to all. And this is what the table of content now looks like. So you can clearly see that this is much better looking than the original table of content, the standard format that Microsoft Word creates.